Hello everybody. This is gonna be my first video in for the 3.19 drought league, where no currency is dropping. If you are struggling with currency, you're not the only one. Right. For the first 3 days I've been struggling to earn some money, and yes, only today I finally got my stuff together and actually farmed enough currency to afford to buy my Omni for 19 divines. Right, I bought for 17 and then I rolled it twice with divines, which was very painful, but looks like it turned out well. And then we still have some leftover money from this whole session. We still haven't sold small currencies like, fusings, regrets, orb of unmakings, some icons as well. So this strat is able to make money. I don't know if it's gonna be as good as heist, but it's enough for you to probably get some of the items that your build needs. So this is mainly focused on auto farming with expedition. Nothing really new there. I was kind of doing this last league as well. Nothing much has changed too much. Just that everything is just less, right? Just less loot drops in general. Okay, so for my skill tree, I am taking strongbox nodes, altar nodes, expedition shrines. That's the main thing. I'm also taking the sexton nodes here so that I can roll them myself. And yeah, you don't really need to take this because we'll be forcing expedition with scarabs. So that's my skill tree. There's nothing too much to explain. Still keep all our map nodes together with singular focus so that we can sustain whatever map you decide to run. And you can always sell the excess maps for like chaos as well. So the map that I was running Strand. Um, with all this, I farmed all the slots myself. So yes, you kind of need a full airless completion for this. So yeah, we are running Expedition Scarabs with Carter Scarabs, but I'll explain more of this in the PowerPoint slide, which should be coming up very, very soon. Um, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in the PowerPoint slide. Okay, so I have to say that you're gonna need a pretty solid build to farm these maps. I think in general you need a solid build to do anything in this league. Everything hits like a truck, and they do so much damage. Uh, it's just kind of unfun. I think they nerf some of the HPs of like essences and things like that, but we don't even do that in this, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you're struggling to have a strong build, I would recommend Lightning Conduit Elementalist. We're following Ziza's build like as a baseline, but I tweaked it for soft cough. So I went for more damage over survivability, and yeah. So I'll put a build guide in the description as well as my own one. So it is quite cheap to get started if you are if you're struggling. So it has decent clear speed, high damage, enough to kill all the rares, which is the main part. And it is also quite safe because it's ranged. So it becomes quite a fast mapper actually, if you manage to get Impulsas and Death's Rush. So Death's Rush is about one divine, and then Impulsas, I actually splurge and spend like 8 divines on a 6 link Impulsor. But this is not required. I was farming without Impulsors, but it will make the clear a lot better. So where's the currency? So I think mobs don't really drop much nowadays. So going for mechanics that don't rely on the mobs itself dropping, like things, is probably the way to go. So that's why we chose altar farming, because altars will usually give you the option where it's like percent chance to drop currency or Eldritch Icon currency or map currency, things like that. So another option is when they say like final boss drops X amount of Eldritch Icons, that's usually a good option because Wrath of the Cosmos actually duplicates um, Icons depending on how many altars you've taken. So you usually reach 4, which means 100% chance to duplicate by the time you reach the map boss. So that's also pretty good. Then we have Heist, which we didn't do here, but Heist is an option if you don't want to do Expedition. And yeah, of course, Expedition is always good. It doesn't, it's like a weird thing. It's not really mobs like dropping raw currency, more of dropping reroll currency and logbooks, which then you sell for money. So one map, I ran Strand maps because straight layout, you won't really miss any like altars, like Eldritch altars, and yeah, it's just a simple layout. It is very nice, but nothing really drops there, like in terms of div cards, things like that. So Crimson Temple works as well. There's a chance you get Apothecary drop. Mesa is also not bad because you can rush to the boss and then go for like all the other non-boss options, I guess. So Scarabs, we run Rusted or Polished Expedition Scarabs to force it onto the map, and we also run Kato Scarabs to help with our map sustain so that we can sell excess maps for money. So Sextants, we run 4 Sextants of just generic monsters. You'll probably roll some like good Sextant mods which you can sell for money as well. And then for map device, I ran Fortune Favors the Brave, so additional 3 chaos each for each map. I don't actually know if this is worth it, but I just ran it because we get extra quant, pack size, things like that from the Shaping the Valley, I think, note on the skill tree. Okay, so altars, yes, Eldritch Currency is gonna be what you'll be looking out for. They sell for 2 chaos each for lesser and greater, and then 3 chaos each for the grand ones. So yeah, it is quite solid money, and it usually sells pretty fast because people want to roll them on items. And if you usually get it at the start of the map, especially on Strand map, you can expect to get like at least 20 to 30 ish, depending on your luck and how many of those altars you get. And yeah, see if you drop 30 in a map, that's like 90 chaos right there. So it also drops raw currency, map currency like Sextants, Orb of Unmaking. All these go for more than 1 chaos each per piece. So yeah. So Expedition, once again, I think people have been farming expeditions for many leagues now. So remnants to look out for. Runic mods duplicated. Quite rare, but I actually saw it twice today. So maybe not as rare anymore, but still quite rare. Increased logbook drop chance. This is your one of your top priorities. Okay, this is the one that you need to take at the start of like your explosion chain. So and then quantity of items. If I'm not wrong, it really does affect reroll currency drop rates, but I may be wrong. So logbooks are very big money. Knights of the Sun go for 0.6 divines at this point of time when I made this video. Black Scythe 0.4. Off the chalice is 35C. It's reasonable. It's enough to pay off your scarab costs. And then Druids technically pays off, but it's just kind of bad. 15C is not too much. So for reroll currency, exotic coins sell for about 6 chaos in bulk, 5.7 to 6. And then Bear Medallions go for about 7 to 8 in bulk. So this will also give you a large bulk of your profits. And okay, that's my last slide. This is hopefully quite a short video. I hope it's concise enough. Um, I don't really know what other strats there are that can make money nowadays because a lot of things just aren't very profitable. Invitation farming is pretty good, but yeah, if you want something like in maps, I guess this is one of the options you can take. Um, Other notes would be if scarab costs get too expensive, you can always just run Stream of Consciousness instead. You won't proc Expedition every map, but it's better than overpaying for Expedition scarabs. Okay, and yes, if you need any support, if you want to rant about the state of how the league is, you can always do it in the comments. I will probably support whatever view you have because I'm probably feeling the same way as well. Hopefully GGG does something about this because it's just not very fun to play. Um, yeah, so hopefully things get fixed in the coming days and the league gets better. All right, thank you for watching. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and I'll be streaming at night on Twitch. So if you want, you can always just drop by and ask any questions. Okay, thank you for watching and goodbye.